that your final answer? Y'all don't remember that game show?
I never watched it.
Yes.
Okay. You ever watch the movie Slumdog Millionaire?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that was about I think, Indian version of that same show. It won Academy Awards or something. It was a good movie. It's just kind of gross in a few places. Okay. Had a lot to remember right now? We're going to practice. Okay? All right. Now, this same rule applies to both addition and subtraction. Okay? I put if you're subtracting, you do the same thing. Same rule for both. All right? All right. I mentioned a few terms. I want to make sure we're clear about a couple of terms before I go on and let you practice a little bit. Okay? I mentioned an analog measuring device. So let me give you a definition for an analog measuring device. So this is a real simple definition of an analog measuring device, and if you get really, really picky about what analog measuring devices are, this will become inaccurate for some things. But for most of the things we do in here, it'll give you a real simple definition of analog, okay? Later on, you may have to learn a better definition of analog, all right? An analog measuring device you can think of as one where you have to figure out what the measurement is, okay? So earlier when we used this ruler, we had to figure out that our answer was 5.22. We had to line everything up carefully and look at it and make sure we're looking straight on top of it and things like that and line it up carefully, okay? We had to figure out where the marking came to on our device. Does that make sense to you? The other day we were using a graduated cylinder. It had markings on it, right? And you had to figure out where the volume was, correct? Only we didn't estimate the last digit day before yesterday when we did that lab. But from this point forward, you are expected to estimate the final digit anytime you're using an analog measuring device. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody listening to me?
Yes.
From this point forward, if you use an analog measuring device, if you don't properly estimate the last digit, your answer is not right. Okay, you lose points. So we want to be careful to do that. And you'll get a chance to practice it. Okay, I'll make sure that I reinforce that when we do labs and things like that, and then when we come around to the test, you'll be able to do that, okay? Or later on, after we've practiced it a little bit, I won't be telling you every time. I'll just mark it off points. You know, you'll get a chance to practice it first, okay? Yes?
When you say that, okay, an analog measuring device, you mean like a ruler, like yesterday when we were using scales and all that stuff?
All right, now the balance we used the other day,
Yeah.
that's not an analog device, okay? So that's a digital measuring device. All right. The graduated cylinder we used, yes, that was analog. We had to figure out what the measurement was. But you didn't really have to figure out what the measurement was on the balance, did you? What'd you do? Just read the numbers. Now, a digital device, like the analog device definition, is a little more complex in reality, but I'm going to give you a real simple one for you to use mostly in this class, okay? And a digital device is a device that displays the actual measurement numbers for you, okay? Sure. A device that displays the measurement numbers for you. Now, that doesn't cover everything, okay? If you're counting on your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this happens to be a digital device, okay? Even though it doesn't show numbers, All right, that's why this definition doesn't really cover everything. But for most of what we're going to do in here, you can differentiate between an analog device and a digital device that we would use in a chemistry lab by these two real simple definitions. Okay? All right. So look around the room. Anybody see any analog measuring devices in here? Well, yeah, there's a clock over there. You have to figure out what the time is on that clock because it has hands, right? Okay. So any clock that has hands is an analog measuring device. Okay. How about this time-keeping device? Digital. I can read the numbers on there. Very good. Okay. So if you practice with that a little bit, you'll get it. It's not really hard to figure out. Okay. With a digital device, every number displayed is significant. With a digital device, every number displayed is significant. You don't estimate digits with digital. Okay? You only estimate the final digit when you use an analog device. All right. That's a few definitions, kind of getting us started here. Now let's go back to our significant digits rules and let's practice a few. I'm going to give you a few practice problems to work on, and then I'm going to assign you some homework to practice some more. Okay? All right. So here are 4 practice problems for you. 4 practice problems. What now? Zooming in some? If I zoom it in some, I'm going to lose some of this over here. We're adding 12.7 milliliters, 0.473 milliliters, and 107 milliliters. Okay? And you can always ask somebody next to you to help you see it if you have a problem seeing the writing up there. If you need glasses and don't have glasses and you want me to call your parents and see if I can help you work something out, let me know. I'll be glad to do that. If you're not wearing your glasses because you're just, what's the word? I hate to say vain, but I guess that's the word. Some people don't like to wear their glasses because they don't think it looks good. I personally think glasses are cool. Of course, if you're listening to the video, you can't see right now that I wear glasses, but it's kind of a joke. Okay, you can laugh. It's all right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to let you work in pairs. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we learned about share pairs. This is not so much a share pair, but it's a work pair. Okay? I'm going to let you self-select. If you want to work with somebody, you can. So earlier in the class when I said I can let you guys move around a little bit, if you want to move closer to somebody, I know there's not a lot of room. There's only one spare desk in here. And I really would prefer you not working at lab tables only because you don't know what chemicals have been on there. But if you want to work with another person, it'd be better if you could work with somebody next to you. That would be good. You can always kind of discuss things and bat ideas around and try, you can clarify some of these things by working with each other. And you don't need my help as much, and I get to help more people that way. Because if I have to help every pair of people, we might not get through everything in this class. So if you can help yourself some, that would make it a little bit easier for me to help people that really kind of need the help. Okay?